Stop it right there. If you think aging has nothing to do with you, you need to keep watching. Because even if you're in your 20s or your 30s, or just don't feel like an older adult, aging is already happening. Not in the future, not when you hit some milestone. It's happening right now with every choice you make. Now, let's talk about redefining aging. We've been taught that aging starts with gray hairs, aching knees, or forgetting where you last put your keys. That honestly is not even close to what aging is. Aging is simply a process that happens over time. Every single day, your body is changing. Your thought process is changing. And your experiences are shaping you as your story unfolds. Think about aging as two different things, right? Telling a story. So you're holding up the book to the class and telling the story of all the things that have shown up in your aging experience. Or here you go painting on the canvas little happy trees. What's that man's name? I'll find it and put it up there. But you're just painting little happy trees, or little sad trees, or little trauma trees that have popped up in your aging experience. It truly is a story that is unfolding over time, and it's all about you. You're aging when you're healing from a heartbreak. You're aging as you're shifting your boundaries. You're aging when you finally get to that point where you listen to your gut instead of ignore it. The problem is that most people don't start thinking about aging until something comes up that forces them to. Until there's a health scare, until all of a sudden they start to feel behind. And honestly, that can have a negative impact on your aging experience to not see yourself as getting older. Why? Because we start ignoring the changes in our bodies and not addressing them. We continue setting all these limitations on our aging experience, not even realizing it. The way we start talking to ourselves, we don't see that that can have an impact on how we navigate aging and how we interact with other people in our relationships, at work, just out and about in the community. So this is what I want you to get. If you wait until a crisis comes up to start thinking about aging, you miss the opportunity to shape it before it shapes you. Here's a quick story. I still remember when I turned 23. I had just graduated college and I saw my first gray hair. It's somewhere in all of this, right? I was like, no way, it's happening. Oh, I allowed myself to be stressed. And now I'm starting to age. And then I remember when I turned 30 and I saw my first chin hair. In those moments, I didn't realize how these types of changes were not waiting for me to reach age 60 and then all of a sudden show up. They were like, oh, she's 23, let's shift. 30, let's shift. For you, you may not experience that shift until you're 35. Or you may experience that shift when you're 20. We go through all these different shifts that show up in our skin, in our hair, in our energy, in our mood, in our weight, all of the things. But one of the things I think it's important for us to do is to stop asking ourselves, how do I stop this? And start asking, how do I support myself as these shifts are coming up? That right there can take us a long way as we continue aging. Now, why should you care about all of this? If you're in your 20s or your 30s, you might be thinking, I got time. I don't need to worry about aging right now. It's not happening. I haven't reached that stage. Think again, boo-boo. Think again. Let me tell you something about time. It don't wait for nobody, okay? Same as aging. It's not waiting for you to reach a certain age. You are already laying the foundation for your 40s, your 50s, and beyond right now. The burnout that you push through, the way you talk to your body and about your body, the stress you normalize, all of that is shaping your future. You don't have to do everything right, okay? Because honestly, I don't really think there's a right or wrong way. There's just a way that works best for you, which means it's going to look different for everybody. So what your mama and your daddy did, what your cousins did, what your homegirls or your homeboys did or are doing is not gonna to be what you may need to do for your aging experience. So to be clear, aging for you could look like choosing joy. It could look like walking away from relationships that no longer serve you. It could look like asking yourself difficult questions or having difficult conversations with people in your life. It could look like calling your grandma back. It could look like you finally going to therapy and just giving it a chance versus having all of these assumptions about what you think it is or is not. So ask yourself, when future you looks back at today, what will they be proud of? Matter of fact, let me know in the comments. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. In the meantime, in between time, you be blessed, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.